everybody. Happy Wednesday. Hump day. Coach BK. Let's have a real conversation about open water swimming and how to fix up, recover from a crappy start, when to call it. So let's start off with the fact that swimming is difficult. A lot of us tend to think that we're weak because we can't swim well and we don't do open water swimming well. Well, that's a bunch of shit, because you are not you're a land animal. You don't have gills, you don't have flippers, you don't have scales. You're designed to keep yourself warm when you're not wet. So, the physiological stresses that a body goes under when you're open water swimming in the cold with a tight wetsuit on, and you know, maybe when stress is high, or you're a little stressed out, or you've had a bad swimming experience because whatever, the physiological stresses are high on open water swimming. So we need to we need to have a mental bias towards grace in the water, but it is a very blurry, thin line on grace and grit. When to call it, when to pull your big girl panties up and keep swimming. So, and the thing is nobody can tell you. I mean, they can give you guidance, and your day-to-day or your swim-to-swim experience might be different, especially for females when their hormonal changes go through the cycles. I mean, seriously, you're more calm at certain times a month than others. So, duh. Anyway, so a shit ton of freaking grace with the swimming, people, and you need to understand what's kind of going on. Having out of breath. Do you need to slow the exhale down? Do you need to rest? Do you need to get your shit back together? Have a mantra and say, hey, I got this. I'm strong enough to do this. I'm badass. Is it a mental, pull your big girl panties up mental thing do you need to do? Do you need to rest? And do you need to change the blood chemistry, your oxygen and your carbon dioxide stuff? Do you need to make the exhales longer to calm the hell down? Are you hyperventilating? Are you freaking the fuck out? If you are, and you continue to push yourself, that is one of the ways we are getting this swim-induced pulmonary edema, because we are not giving ourselves enough grace when we need to. Doesn't mean that you have to call the swim, but you certainly could stop what you're doing, hold on to the kayak, make the exhale longer, chill the hell out, find your mantra again, keep going. If you have struggles in this area and you are not running before you're swimming, you are not being very smart. The oxygen deficit, physiological, cardiovascular adjustment is a real deal, and it's really ludicrous that we are not running before we swim when it's cold in the middle of a pandemic and shit's crazy. Come on, people, for real. So, when shit goes sideways, okay? When shit goes sideways, you gotta understand what's going on. Calm yourself down. So, and it's not just a, that's not it, okay? It's the fact of slowing the exhale down, controlling it, helps change what the lungs are doing. It actually engages the vagal nerve, which calms you the hell down. So not only are you changing your blood chemistry, you are also lowering your heart rate, which is so critical with swim-induced pulmonary edema. That's part of the deal, is when the heart rate gets high, the lungs are getting a little stressed out, the capillaries in the lungs, and that's where it starts. The out of breath, you can swim about 15 strokes, then you're out of breath, then you start coughing. It's a touch of swim-induced pulmonary edema. It is not as uncommon as what people are thinking. We need to be more educated in this realm. Okay, more on that. Read the article that I had. Okay, so make the exhale longer, controlled. And while you're exhaling, tell yourself, I am badass. I'm strong enough. I got this. Something positive. Okay? And then when you start swimming again, kind of try to relax into that. Sink your chest down. You've got a wetsuit on. You're probably going to float. Relax. Don't overkick because the legs take so much more oxygen. Just try to relax. However, on the inside, tell yourself, I'm strong as fuck. I got this. I have totally got this. But I'm nice and calm and easy on the outside. That's like this grace and grit idea, strong and calm. You're not fighting the water. You're not fighting for your life. You're not fighting to overcome the fear. You're relaxing. And you're telling yourself, I am strong enough for this. Okay. Practice, practice, practice. It's a tough skill. It's a super duper tough skill. And physiologically, Darwin, instinctually, you are not meant to do this. It's not your forte, so stop expecting yourself to be perfect on this and stop comparing yourself to others and blah, 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 blah. Knowing when to call it. You for sure need to call it when you're coughing. Got to call it when you're coughing. You're out of breath. You swim 10. You got to come back up again. Heart rate's erratic. You got to call it. You feel like you're going to cry.
What?
Or really struggling. You just got to call it. If it's not race day, just call it. So coughing up stuff, just call it. That's a touch of swim-induced pulmonary edema when you start coughing. Asthma, whatever you want to call it. If you can't slow the breathing down and start again, and after, 20 minutes, 15 minutes, you can't get to some super slow, chill pace, and you're still just really struggling with it, err on the side of caution and call it. And then when you get out, think about all the aspects that affect this realm. Was I properly hydrated? Was I properly electrolyted? Did I do too much caffeine? Was I really super stupid and did like an energy drink or caffeine? Make your plan to do something different. Try again. Safe. Use a swim buoy. Kayaker. Namaste, folks. Have a great day.